What is going on, Laker fans? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Lakers Talk Daily on this Monday, April 1st. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Had two games over the weekend. I'm going to talk about a couple things about the Lakers that are a little bit more general, talking about this road trip and just really the position that they're in, the opportunity that they have in front of them. I mean, they really have put themselves in a pretty good position the rest of the way. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting. I encourage everybody who's watching right now to please subscribe to our ESPN LA YouTube channel. A lot of content going up on a daily basis, so if you can please do so. We'll have the show a little bit later today as well with the Travis and Sliwa show a little bit later today. Okay. Lakers are 9 games over 500, and they find themselves 3-1 so far on this road trip. So in 4 games so far, they're sitting at 3-1. Lakers playing some good basketball. I mean, I really don't have too much to criticize here from a Laker perspective. I understand Friday night they lost to the Pacers, only put up 90 points, shot 5 of 30 from the three-point line. They were bad on Friday, but all right, you can't win every game. Indiana's a good team. That's a game that I already thought the Lakers were going to lose coming into the road trip. I basically had given them 2 games, 2 L's that I thought they could lose and still come out very successful in this road trip. Milwaukee, which they already won that game. That was the double overtime win. And then the game against Indiana Pacers. And then everything else I thought, all right, just go handle your business and Lakers should be fine. And I thought 4-2 would be an incredibly, incredibly successful road trip. Well, I thought it'd be a very good road trip. They're on pace to go 5-1. They're, the toughest games are already gone, and I'm talking about Milwaukee, Indiana. I thought Brooklyn could be an interesting one as well, but it wasn't interesting. Lakers started that game yesterday up 17-0, and then never turned around from there. Just dominated the game. Really, really good road trip for the Lakers so far, and some really encouraging games coming up. They got Toronto tomorrow, who's lost 13 games in a row. They're not a good team at all. Washington, maybe that one's a little bit more interesting just because, we've played the Wizards before and that game went to overtime, but Washington's only 14-61. So they got one of the worst records in the NBA. So a really unique opportunity for the Lakers, I think, in these next couple of days to put some real pressure on the teams in front of them. Speaking of putting pressure on the teams in front of them. So one of the things that I think we've talked about, whether here or, other platforms, other on radio, whatever the case is you can't really control what other teams in front of you are going to do. But if you just keep winning games, you're going to put real pressure on them. And I think that's where we're sitting right now. Phoenix has to be feeling some pressure right now. They have to be. Because Phoenix in a position where it's not unrealistic they fall to 9th. Sacramento's got to be feeling some pressure. Sacramento's pressure is a little bit different because, unfortunately for them, they got a couple injuries. Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, both of those guys are out. And both of those guys are probably going to miss the remainder of the season. I know Huerter is. Malik Monk is out 4 to 6 weeks. So basically, Sacramento would have to get to the Western Conference Finals for him to come back. I don't think that's going to happen. You got a couple teams that are vulnerable right now in front of you. So if you just handle your biz, you are really, really putting some pressure on some other teams that are in front of you in the Western Conference. And there is a big difference. There is a big difference between being the number 9 spot and being the 8 or 7 spot. Let's just say specifically number 9 versus number 8. It's a drastic difference. To only need to win 1 game to get to the playoffs to basically having to win 2 in a row is a big difference. And the teams that would be playing, anyone can win a game. So I think there's always a lot of pressure there. So I just want to highlight what the Lakers have done so far on this road trip. I think winning 3 of their first 4 is amazing, but now you got to finish off. You got to go get these next 2. They play tomorrow and Wednesday. And like I said, I think they're putting some real pressure on some of these other teams in the standings and could find themselves in a position where they could potentially pull out of that number 9 spot. Now, I know that has been a really, really long time since they got out of number 9, but I don't think that's unrealistic at all. Okay, that's what we got for today. Lakers handling business, 3-1 on the road trip. Two more to finish off, and some real pressure on the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns. Okay, Lake fans, I got Lakers talk a little bit later tonight as well, so hopefully you guys can tune into that. We will be live on YouTube as well. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Thank you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.